Suzanne. The title of her speech is Choose the Day. Thunderous applause. Choose the Day. Suzanne Wacker.
It's 5 a.m. and the world has just started to awaken. Heavy rain overnight has washed the streets clean, and the light falls gently on the jacaranda blossoms. Butcher birds and magpies call out across the neighbourhood, and their song follows me on my walk. I take a deep breath and slowly exhale. The cool air fills my lungs. I am present in the moment. What a glorious day to be alive. Then, Madam Contest Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, the storm clouds start to gather. My thoughts roll in like tumbleweeds rolling across the desert. They whisper. Remember that 9 o'clock meeting you had this morning? You're not prepared. And you promised you'd ring your mother, and you haven't. And why are you out here strolling? You pick up the pace. How else are you going to meet your fitness goals? I get home, and the bus is late. When it finally arrives, it's standing room only, no social distancing. I get to work just in time for that 9 o'clock meeting, and I come away with even more work to do. Oh, what a horrible day. I should stay in bed. Do you see what I did then? I made a choice. I could have chosen to embrace a day that started with me feeling glad to be alive. Instead, I chose doubt, annoyance, and frustration. I chose the day. When you woke up this morning, what kind of day did you choose? When you started work, whether it was in the office or at home, what day did you choose? What day are you choosing right now? Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is the power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom. This is a quote from Viktor Frankl, who was an Austrian psychiatrist and a survivor of the Holocaust. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl found he talked about the experiences of both himself and other prisoners in the Nazi concentration camps. He found that even after someone had everything taken away from them, their food, their liberty, their dignity, the freedom to choose one's attitude, one's response, always remains. We can't always control a situation, but we can control the way we respond to it. Even when a situation seems to pull us into a particular direction, we can respond to it. We can choose our attitude. We can choose our day. When was the last time you were driving along and somebody cut into the lane in front of you? Did you give them a friendly hand gesture? Did you mutter under your breath about the idiots getting their licenses out of cereal boxes? Or did you shrug and think, maybe they're just having a bad day? We can't always control the situation, but we can control how we respond to it. Today is a special day. There's never been a day like it, and there'll never be one again. And yet we often seem to let life's calendars, emails, and work schedules trick us into thinking that every day is the same. The days blend into each other, and it's only a date on the calendar that helps us to know where the time has gone. But what if I told you that today is not just any other Thursday? It's the 20,000th day that you've been alive. If you're 30, you've been alive for around 11,000 days. If you live to be 85, you'll have been here for 31,000 days. I'm just over 18,000 days, which is 50 years and a little bit. When you woke up this morning, what kind of day did you want? We all have the ability to choose our day. Life will always happen. It's how we choose, it's how we respond to it that counts. Why don't we ask ourselves, not what sort of day, what do I want to do today, but how do I want to feel today? Life is not a Disney movie. We don't always get a happy ending. But we don't know how many days we have left, so why would we choose to spend them miserable? I got up at 5 o'clock this morning and I went for my walk. Glorious day. Oh, it's glad to be alive. And then the storm clouds rolled in and the tumbleweeds rolled down the street towards me. Remember, you have a Toastmasters speech contest today by Zoom. What happens if your video fails? What happens if people can't hear you? What happens if all your technology fails and you're frozen on the screen for all eternity? I took a deep breath and I chose my day. I chose to remember that this is a new experience, a speech contest by Zoom. I chose to enjoy it. And if my technology fears come true, then I'll have some interesting material for the humorous contest next year. Madam Contest Toastmaster.